Dear students, in my last class I was discussing about what is government, why do we need government, and I was also discussing about the ways decisions are made for the welfare of the society. Today, before I continue with the next paragraph from your textbook, let me do a quick revision from the previous session. In the last session, we learned that government is a group of people whom we had elected through our votes in elections, and thus they hold the power or have the authority to make laws and to govern a state or a country. Now, the next thing that we discussed was, why do we need a government? The simplest answer to this would be, we need a government because there should be a governing body who can maintain law and order, can protect the country from any foreign attacks or invasions, and we also need a government to look after the welfare of the people residing within the country. The next thing that we discussed in our last session was, the government being our representative have to take a number of decisions in order to reach or achieve the desired governmental objectives and aims, and it is not possible for a single person to always take the right decision, and in it is also not possible that each and every member of the society would go and physically take part in the decision making process, because it would be physically unmanageable. So it is at this point why we select people as our representative who understand people's need and are matured by way of age. So the representative are the person, those who acts as our well-wisher and as our protector. Okay, now the next thing that we discussed in our last class was about the age of voting. In India, the right age to vote is 18 years. In India, we practice universal adult franchise, which means that all Indians, irrespective of caste, language, religion, region, have the right to vote, and their participations in the government can be direct as well as indirect. Okay. Now, direct participation means that the person can make decision by themselves. Like during election, the citizens can vote for their own representative whom they think is right. Whereas indirect participation means when citizens or people elect representative who makes laws for them. Okay. Now, political thinkers have taken into consideration several factors or reasons as to why there should be a certain age for voting in election. And after doing a lot of discussions and debates, they concluded that a person only after acquiring maturity to understand various social issues can be allowed to participate and vote in election. Okay, for instance, a child cannot be asked or cannot be given the privilege to vote, because if he does like that, he is unaware of the various social issues, and by casting the vote, he will not be able to select the right person who will act as their representative. So it is only after a person acquires a certain age, that is 18 years, that and is able to understand the various social issues that is going on in the society, he or she should be allowed to vote. The voting age in most of the countries is 18 years, but in Switzerland it is 20 years. In India also, before the year 1989, the Constitution of India had fixed 21 years as the right voting age for adults. But It was modified, and in 1989 it was lowered to 18 years. Several other countries have already lowered their age. In UK it was lowered in the year 1969, and in United States of America it was lowered to 18 years in the year 1971. We know that change takes place in different times in different countries. So also the principle of adult franchise was accepted at different times in different countries. In the United Kingdom, that is in UK, the process of adult franchise began in the year 1830. In 1830, only 2.7% people could vote in the United Kingdom, but this percentage increased to about 9% by the year 1883 and to 17.6% in the year 1929. Okay, let me tell you here that Germany was the first country to make provision for adult franchise in the year 1919. Okay, now students, let us start today's session. Please look at page number 8. And the paragraph that we will start today is adult franchise for women. Okay. Before, in olden days, it was only the male people in the community or the society who had the right to vote. Women were not allowed to vote in the elections. But afterwards, adult franchise for women was extended in many countries. Like in the United States, it was extended in the year 1920, Sweden in 1945, Italy in 1948, and India also introduced adult franchise, including franchisee for women in the year 1951. Switzerland, which was popularly known as the home of the democratic, granted women franchise as late as 1973. Suffragette movement. Meaning of suffragette movement. The suffragette movement was the movement which advocated franchise for women, that is, right for women to vote. Suffragist. A suffragist is one who claims for the right of voting. Suffragette. Suffragette is a woman who advocates for suffrage for women. Origin of suffragette movement. The suffragette movement took place in UK, that is United Kingdom, in the first quarter of the 20th century. The movement aimed at providing voting rights to women. Program of the movement. The movement included acts of defiance, protests, self-sacrifice, and sometimes violence. It also included acts like setting fire to mailboxes and window smashing. In 1931, Emily Davison, a woman protester, died after she stepped out in front of the king's horse. Several other protesters were imprisoned in a cruel way. Some went on hunger strike. It is said that hunger strikers were given poisonous herbs. During World War I, that is from 1914 to 1918, a shortage of manpower occurred. Women were required to play several roles which males were performing. This led to a new view that women were equally capable of doing several jobs which had earlier been denied to them. Thus began a political movement towards women's suffrage. In 1918, the British Parliament passed an act which granted the right of vote to women over the age of 30. However, following conditions were laid down. The first one, a woman must be a householder. Number 2, a woman must have some property. Number 3, the rent from property must be $5, or the woman must be a graduate of some British university. Universal adult franchise was given to women in 1928. In this paragraph, the first part states the meaning of the suffragette movement. Suffragette movement is nothing but a movement in which women fought or advocated for suffrage or franchise of women. That is, they fought for the right of women to vote in election like the men. Next one is suffragist. Suffragist is a person who claims for the right of voting. The third one is suffragette. Suffragette is a woman who advocates or fights for the suffrage of women. Then the next part states the origin of the suffragette movement. Suffragette movement started in UK or United Kingdom. That was in the first quarter of the 20th century. And the main reason why this movement was started was to provide voting rights to women. They wanted to be given equal rights with men in the elections so that they can vote. The next states the program of the movement. The program, it means that the movement, what things were included when they were fighting for the right of the woman for voting. It says that the movement included acts of defiance, protest, self-sacrifice, and sometimes violence. It also included like setting fire to mailboxes. The movement, the suffragettes, what did they do is that they took to violence. They used to set fire to mailboxes and they used to break down windows, smash the windows and break it down. In the suffragette movement, several protesters lose their life. In 1913, there was a woman protester named Emily Davison who died after she stepped out in front of the king's horse. And after that, several other protesters were also imprisoned in a very cruel way. The protesters, they went on hunger strike, and it was said that in order to stop their protests, the hunger strikers were given poisonous herbs which lead to the protesters losing their lives. Even after many protesters lose their life protesting for the suffrage movement, they were not given the right to vote in elections like the man people in the society. It was only during the World War I that was started in 1914 and ended in 1918 when during the wartime there was a shortage of manpower. It was at this time that women were required to play roles which males were performing, and it was at this time that the people felt that women were equally capable of doing several jobs which have been denied to them earlier. Thus, with this, a new political movement towards women's suffrage began. And it was only in the year 1819 that the British Parliament passed an act granting the right to vote to women over the age of 30. But this act also stated some conditions for the woman to vote, like a woman if she has the right to vote, she should be a householder. Next, the woman should have some property, and it also stated that the woman should have a rent from property which must be $5, or it stated that the woman must be a graduate of some British university in order to vote. Universal adult franchise was given to women in the year 1928. Anti-apartheid struggle. Meaning of apartheid. Apartheid means separateness, political and racial. The term apartheid is derived from an American word for apartness. It was coined in the 1930s. Meaning of anti-apartheid struggle. The struggle against separatedness dates back to the year 1652 when the whites from Holland and Great Britain settled in South Africa. The white minorities, which constituted about 20% of the population, ruled over 80% of the black population. The system of apartheid was enforced systematically by laws passed in the 1950s. These laws put several social and political restrictions on the blacks. There emerged separate educational institutions and separate public facilities. Following were the important restrictions on the black or non-whites. The first one, exclusion from national government. Number 2, voting restrictions. Number 3, restrictions on running business in specific areas. Number 4, restrictions on professional practice. African National Congress led a vigorous anti-apartheid struggle again under the leadership of Nelson Mandela. The United Nations also put sanctions against the government of South Africa run by the whites. Here, the term apartheid is derived from an African word which means apartness. It was coined in the year 1930. Apartheid means separatedness in political and racial factors, like separateness among the whites, that is the Americans, and the black or the non-whites, that is the South Africans. Our country, India, was under the British rule for many years and we have suffered a lot under them. Likewise, the South African people were also under the whites from Holland and Great Britain who came and settled in South Africa. They practiced the policy of apartheid in South Africa. Okay. The white people from Holland and Great Britain settled in South Africa in the year 1652. And this white constituted only 20% of the total population. And these people, they ruled over the black population or non-whites who were more than them. They constituted 80% of the population. And these whites, in order to rule over the people of South Africa, they practiced the policy of apartheid, which means separatedness. And this system of apartheid was not followed verbally, but it was enforced systematically by laws passed in the year 1950s. And after this law was passed, several social and political restrictions were put on the black people. These people, they were not allowed to involve in the same educational institutions or public facilities that were being used by the white people. That means that there was separate educational institutes and public facilities for the black and the white. And following these restrictions made by the white people on the black, there were several factors and places where the black people could not go, like they were excluded from the national governments. They could not be, or they could not hold posts in national governments. Okay, and then they were also not allowed to vote. That means that there was voting restrictions on the black or non-white people. Moreover, they were staying in their own place, but there were restrictions on them for running business in specific areas. They were being allowed areas only where the white people could run business. The black people were not allowed to run business in the places or area where the white people were running business. Then the last one is regarding the professional practice also. They were not allowed to follow the profession that they wanted to practice. There were restrictions on them. They could not profess their own loved profession. And so after undergoing so many restrictions on social, racial and political issues, finally the African National Congress, under the leadership of the famous Nelson Mandela, they lead a very vigorous anti-apartheid struggle, and they were able to win freedom for their country. And finally, the United Nations, they were forced to pull away or put restrictions against the government of South Africa run by the whites. So it was under the leadership of the famous Nelson Mandela that the South African people win freedom for their country, and they were successful in their attempt of anti-apartheid struggle. Okay, students, so that is all for today's session. We will continue with the next part of the lesson in our next session. Thank you.